Right, it's been a cracking day here at 6mm, and it's been really peaceful. Nice to record some footage for you. Hopefully it comes out the way as intended. If you do want to see me do this with Maruis, let me know in the comments down below and tell me what you want me to bring here and show off for you guys. But in this one, we're looking at the bolt conversion kit for the VFC ARs. This is a product sold by Maple Leaf. I think the top receiver kit is like £160 over in Hong Kong, but we're going to give it a go. It was shooting really well last time I was here, so we're going to give it a quick bash. Now first, we're not going to bother with the lower weights. We're going straight to a 4.8, and we're going to see first what this thing chronos out. It's going to be high, so it's 2.5 joules, because it was usually at 2.2 joules, but because we've gone up to a 4.8, we're getting a bit of joule creep. The limit here is 2.3. It does have a valve in there, so you can turn it down if needed. But let's get straight into it and record some footage with this thing. So hopefully all these camera angles have worked and it's going to be of some use. We're going to fire it without the suppressor first. I'm going to go straight to the 45. Oh, yeah. It's coming from using GBBs, that is. I need to cock it first, don't I? So 45, no drama. Let's go for 55. We hit the 55 numbers. That's 55. Go for the 65. Let's try and get this just dancing around it. From looking through the scope, I think I need a little bit more hop. So let's add that. It was set for 4.8, so I'm not sure why it's shifted. That's the post at 65. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. It's running nice and smooth for a change. That's 65. So we're not having a problem with range at all. We're just having a slight issue with accuracy. Let's try and... Not a fan of the adjustment on these 4UAD hops. Yeah, it's a bit better. So you can hear, even with no can on the end, it's not loud at all. But as someone did request in one of the other videos, we're going to put an STFU on here. This is a suppressor of my own design. And we'll see. I'm going to fire it into the trees first, see if we can see how quiet this thing is. So it's really nice and quiet. Remember, we're pushing quite a lot of air through it. Have we just had the first misfeed? Yep. Let's go for this 65 target again. I'm trying to keep the rifle here as planted as possible. Let's see if we can use this rest and sort of hunker down a little bit. Let's dial this in a little bit more. Just to the left of the target there. One thing you are getting on this over the likes of like a spring bolt action is a very, very good trigger and very easy bolt action operation. Let's extend this out a little bit. So if it's a stationary human-sized target, you really can easily get them. I'm probably not the most, the best when it comes to shooting bolt actions, but it could definitely do with more hop. But I feel like we are losing pressure in the mag. The mag is cold. Yeah, there we go, we're empty. It's a slightly warm out. It is cold or cool here today. It's not very warm. It's comfortable, don't get me wrong, but it's not like it's a hot day. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off this scope cam, because this is the shorter scope cam, which has got the shorter lens, and we're going to switch it out for the 50mm and just see if this provides you any better view, because I'm yet to try it as well. So we're just going to resync the audio here for Netsy's sake. There we go. Do another shot and then I'll see if I can add a bit more hop to it. It's fairly flat. And again, these are 4/8. These aren't like running 4s. Did feel like it put a little bit more on there. Yeah, we definitely added a bit of hop there. You know, what's the minimum engagement distance of snipers? It's usually what, 30 meters? There's a target there at 35. Let's give that a love tap, shall we? So you can hear what it sounds like. Back to 45. Back to 55. And 65. Just off the right side of it there. Probably got a little bit of crosswind down the bottom. There we go. So can we hit the red squares on the targets? Let's see if we can give it a go. I'm not firing from the best position here, but we'll give it a go. So 45, little red square. Just a little bit high. Just under. So I overcompensated there. Just under it. I was hoping we'd be able to hit it fairly easy. when I compensate for the drop or the overhop, it corrects itself. Just off to the left there. There we go. It's finally right on the reticle. I'm struggling with this this block here, but I'll try. I'll try and do my best. 55. Let's raise the rifle up actually. Let's not rest it on there. See if we can do any better. Just to the left of it. Then we get a flyer to the right. I think the pressure's dying off in the mag. Still at the 45. Another flyer. Oh, just off to the side. There we go. Now, I don't think we've got a chance of hitting this 65. We're probably going to run out of ammo. But we'll try anyway. That looked like it was going to hit it on the first round. Now, let's give it a couple more tries before we wrap this video up, and hopefully we can hit that 65 meter red square. The plus side to this platform is that, you know, you might already have VFC M4s, so for as little as 160 quid and some extra little accessory parts, you can have a gas bolt action without having to go buy a proprietary platform, because gas snipers usually are proprietary platforms. I want to hit this red square before I go. Go back to overhopping. So we're landing high right. Oh, that was the green post just above it. Oh, we are so close. Come on. Oh, I might have pulled the scope cam out the way before you saw that, but that was the red square at 65 meters. We'll see through the end of the mag. Lost his dying off, so I'm having to aim higher now. And we're out. So we did hit it. What I'm going to do is, we won't use that actually. Let's grab this camera here. And I managed to leave it on 1x zoom instead of 3, so we might have to zoom that one in. All the way back there. Let's go take a look. So this range at 6mm is rather impressive if you want to come and test your guns on a game day. There's plenty of these targets, you know, to give you an idea of how small that target was. But we're going to go all the way back, because even when you're on a measured range in a controlled environment, and I'm showing you the chrono results, and I'm showing you the ammo, and I'm showing you the trajectory, there are still going to be people out there that go, well, you're spoofing that test. So we're going right back into the trees here. Oh, careful I don't fall over. So you can see here, I think the 55, we're going to keep going back. Into the woods. And because the elevation, there's an elevation and foliage difference, even though we're shooting 65 meters away, the target's up here. So I'm 6 foot tall, just over, and I can't reach it, but that there is the little red target we're hitting, which I can't even reach. So thanks for tuning into these videos. These are going to go out periodically over the next week or two. Hopefully you appreciate it. I'm very thankful to Joe at 6mm for allowing me to come down and shoot some footage for you. Hoping that, and I've been saying this for a while, I've been looking for an area like this to come and shoot, and I'm at the 45 meter at the minute, so you can see the 55 and the 65 behind me, and all the way back there is where I've been firing from. Yeah, thanks for watching them. Hopefully you enjoy it. So we're doing the bench stuff. We do some game day stuff at CQB when we get the chance. We do the gauntlet, show you how good these things are in CQB. And now we've got on the range. So I was planning to meet up with Phil Bucknell from Clearwater Airsoft here today, but he had an emergency he had to attend to. But these red targets, so at 65 meters, it's about the size of a hand. So we're aiming for a hand-sized target at 65 meters, and the fact that we're able to hit it, even if it was just once, is impressive, I suppose. But it's just that same VFC inconsistency of shots going left or going right. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy it. But for now, back to the studio. I hope you all appreciate the video. This isn't the be all and end all of this conversion. It's just me showing it off, having a bit of fun at the range. We are using a standard barrel. Now this standard barrel was the one that came out of the VFC URGI V3. So this is a bog standard barrel. Now, one thing I have noticed with the VFCs is the inner barrels do move in the outer barrels a fair bit, so it would benefit us to sort of maybe force in like a little O-ring or something to stop the barrel movement. That probably doesn't help the accuracy in these guns. I have seen a couple of people mention it, and I've seen people where they've done videos and they've wrapped the end of the barrel in a bit of Teflon just to try and like hold it in place. So it's plenty, you know, it's got the performance there. Bear in mind we've put a 4 UAD hop unit in there because we basically had to build this from scratch. So I'm using a very short barrel. I think you'd be much more beneficial having a longer inner barrel with a bolt action like this, and you know, dialing the valve down so you're not using as much gas to get the high power that a bolt action needs. Even with a short barrel, standard inner barrel, We do have a 4UAD hop unit and a 4UAD rubber. It still manages to sling them out there. Now we are maxed at the range here at 65. The week previous that we did come, and there was a few of us on the range, Phil from Clearwater Airsoft and a couple of the guys who, you know, frequent 6mm quite often. They were having a plink around with this as well. And we were firing it at a different part of the site, and it just, when we got the hop dialed for 4.8s, the 4.8s were just going straight as far as we could see. They reckon on the part of the site we were shooting, it was a good, they reckon we would have hit like, you know, 80 meters away. I think it's going to be easy for something like this. Now, whether you're going to be accurate at that distance is another question. Again, with this VFC stuff, I think a lot of people seem to have the misconception that I make out that I'm an expert on these things. I'm not. I'm very much a newbie to VFC ARs, especially this bolt action conversion. And I'm just having some fun and seeing how we get on with it. So I'm going to put this front end back onto the M4, like the normal GBB upper, and basically convert this back to the RGI. I was just messing around with some front ends here, and then maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for like a slightly longer barrel, maybe a slightly longer rail, and just set it up a little bit differently. I've got the options to really get funky with this and try all kinds of different setups. I did buy a couple of these unicorn barrels, so I've got a 265 to go in this. The other, that I bought these from Fire Support. They only had one 265mm, so the other one I bought was a 285. So we can, you know, we can always chop that down on the lathe if we need to. But yeah, the URGI, great trigger, which really does help with the bolt action upper. The trigger is, you know, phenomenal. A lot of snipers, not so much like the spring powered stuff, but a lot of gas snipers, they don't tend to have a trigger that's so precise like that. Now, a lot of the noise from this rifle, even if you are using suppressors, is going to come from that trigger noise. It's not so bad with the AR, the bolt action upper, because you've got this little system here, and what this does is it spaces out the spring. So instead of the hammer coming all the way forward and staying forward, which you need on a GBB, on this you don't. You want the hammer to come forward and then come off of the valve on the mag. So they use that little attachment here to slot in between the hammer springs, and basically it allows the hammer to come all the way forward, but then at rest it falls back off of the valve. So good little plinking toy. You know, I'm not a sniper by any means. I think my sniping days are probably behind me a little bit, but I would very much, you know, take this out to a game day if I didn't want to go all guns blazing and I just wanted to strap the ghillie on and sit in a bush and try my best to pink people at long distances. I think this is a great little thing, and it uses the same mag. So the way I always described it to people, you know, you could go out at a game day, chrono your GBB, chrono your AR upper, obviously explain to them what they are because they might, you know, not understand it. Go out with the bolt action in the morning, have some sniping, try and have some fun sniping people. If it's not going your way or you're not having the best day, and then you just decide you want to get stuck in again, you just pop in 2 pins out, swapping the uppers over, and then you're back to a GBB and you can get stuck into the firefight. So it's a great little thing. It's not the cheapest, but I think for what you're getting everything that you need in the upper. Yes, you have to supply your own outer barrel, inner barrel, hop unit, all that stuff, and your rail. But for this section here, I don't think it's a bad price. I think it was like 160. It is very nicely machined. It's a good fit on the lower receiver of this VFC. So yeah, I'm not second guessing the purchase at all. I'm glad I bought it, and I'm just gonna have some fun when I'm in between guns, maybe, or in between reviews. I can just have a play around with these VFCs and give them a go. So the next VFC that we'll be heavily looking at is the APFG Spear LT. It's 11.5. I recently picked one up to have a play with. We're going to convert this one back to the URGI, like I said, and then we're going to pit this against the Marui Spec URGI, and perhaps we'll pit the APFG Spear LT against either the Toxicant or the Salvo, so we can have some versus episode. So hope you like it. I'm not going to keep you too long. Thank you very much for watching. If you've watched till the end, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what you think of these VFC products. Link in the description will take you to the Jaeger Precision Discord, as well as the 6mm Airsoft website, where you can find more about this amazing site. They've got great facilities. If you're local to the Midlands, I really can't stress enough giving the site a try. He's done a really good job, Joe at 6mm. You know, he's really passionate about the site as well, so he's always trying to improve it for his customers. So thanks for tuning in as always, and from me and Bench, we'll be seeing you in the next one.